Please welcome Jeff Perkins, Chief Marketing Officer of QASymphony, to the stage.
All right. That Def Leppard just pumped me up now. I'm like ready for the day. But welcome. This is awesome. This is our first ever user conference for QASymphony. So Quality Jam 2016. It's great for you guys to be here. We were very nervous, or I was very nervous when we started talking about this event about 8 months ago, because you start planning it, and then you're like, well, okay, we have a hotel, and we have the ballroom, and we have the speakers, but then what if nobody comes? And we opened tickets the first day, and nobody bought tickets, and we're like, oh man, and then a couple weeks go by, and still nobody bought. And but you guys are all here, and this is amazing. This is an amazing event. In the spirit of being agile, we're packing about a week worth of conference into about a day. So we think you're going to get a lot of value out of this. We think it's going to be great. But I really want to thank you guys for being here. You'll recognize some people here that are in the room. But we do these events for you guys, and we can't do it without you. So a big thank you to everyone who came out today for our first user conference. And I talked before about, I was really nervous. So these are the first two ticket purchasers. Are Barton or Caesar here? Did they get in yet? Yeah, Barton, thank you, man. We got a gift for you. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, guys. It was such a relief when we sold our first ticket. I can't even tell you. I also want to thank our awesome sponsors today. They're out there in the hall. Please go hang out with them at the break. Talk to them. Version 1, C Prime, KMS Technology, and Clear Vision. So big round of applause for our sponsors for helping us make this event great. If you're into social, we're going to be live tweeting during the event. It's also actually a very good way to get kind of information. We're going to be putting surveys out. It's a good way to connect with other people at the show. So please, the hashtag is QualityJam16. So definitely join the conversation. And for Q&A today, we have a really cool system set up. It's called Poll Everywhere. So it's pollev.com/QualityJam. So I'm going to talk, and then our CEO is going to talk, but Scott Birkin's going to come up. So once Scott's up, we're going to open it up. So this is how you're going to submit questions during the day. And if you see a question that someone submitted that you really like, you can give it a plus or a minus, or if you don't like the question. And we're going to try to pick from the best questions or the most popular questions, and we'll be able to answer them today. We also actually have, in the room behind us, we have a film crew set up. So I know we have a lot of customers here. If you have a good experience at the show and you want to say a few words about your experience here, or if you are a QASymphony customer and you want to say a few words about QASymphony that you don't mind us filming, we would love to have you. So where's Gina Kowalik is back there raising her hand. She's going to be kind of in charge of our film crew. So if you don't mind, please go on camera and maybe say a couple things about QASymphony. We'd appreciate it. If you don't feel comfortable doing that and you want to give us a case study after the fact, there's my email. So please feel free to send me a note, and we'd love to feature you on our website. We have today what we're calling the Genius Bar. These are two of our sales engineers, Ryan Yackel and Kyle McMeekin. So they're going to be out there. So anyone who has questions on the product, you just need some tips, you're struggling with something, these guys are kind of at your disposal, and it's great because they're here and they can't run away if there's something. So please take advantage of that and really talk to these guys. They're here to help you. So here's our agenda for today, and you should all have a printed version of it as well. I told you it's packed. So we're gonna kind of cram a lot in. We're gonna take a couple breaks, but we're really excited about the lineup we have. We're also doing a survey, and I'd ask you to go and use this bit.ly link. It's just bit.ly/QualityJam. Take this quick product survey for us, and at the end of the conference, we're going to give out $100 to one of the people who took the survey. So please help us out. Give us your opinions on the survey. So final housekeeping. We are videotaping the event today. And so all of the content from the event will be posted to our blog next week. So keep a lookout for that. All the presentations will be there. If you need anything, you'll see all the good-looking people with the Quality Jam t-shirts. Please don't hesitate to ask, right? We're here for you. We're here to help you in any way we can. So definitely, and just come meet us, because this is a real opportunity to get to meet a lot of our customers, or a lot of people who are thinking about becoming our customers. So with that, I want to bring up to stage now our CEO. Please welcome Dave Keil.
Everybody hear me? So when I get up on stage in company meetings, our team gets a little antsy and nervous because they know that they're at risk of being embarrassed, and I promise I will not disappoint today. So I get to really highlight some folks. Guys, I am so thrilled to be here. I wanted to, before I forget, thank certain folks on our team. Everyone really pitched in to make this a success, but I want to especially thank our marketing team. Jeff, Elizabeth, Reed, and Gina, would you stand and please, these guys put in hundreds of hours to make this a success, so thank you guys from our marketing team. Jeff had mentioned the partners. I want to make a couple of other comments about the partners, and the first one I want to mention is KMS. As some of you know, KMS was our parent company. We would not be here without KMS. KMS is a services organization with almost 1,000 developers in Vietnam. And I want the two founders of KMS, which are also the two founders of QASymphony, to stand up. Vu Lam and Josh Lieberman. Give them a hand. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Our other partners are more recent. And the first partner we've ever signed has been literally over a year old, and it feels like we've known him forever. We've been lucky enough to be introduced via Atlassian and promoted via Atlassian to their core resellers, their best partners, where they've gone to these partners and said, guys, if you need an enterprise testing solution, work with QASymphony. We've tried it, our customers use it, and so we've been very flattered by that. C-Prime is one of their biggest partners in the US. C-Prime and QASymphony partnered maybe a year ago, and we've had tremendous success in just a short year. So I want to thank C-Prime here. I know we have a couple of folks from C-Prime, so thank you guys. In addition, we have a newer partner that's also an Atlassian reseller out of the UK called ClearVision. In fact, they're the biggest European partner for Atlassian in Europe. And we really just started working with ClearVision more recently, but already have had 3 successful opportunities close with them in just 7 weeks. So we're looking forward to continued great stuff with ClearVision. They're here today. Thank you, ClearVision. And last but not least, we have our neighbors, version 1. It came all the way down from Alpharetta. They are one of the leading ALM companies, as many of you know. They've been good partners. I'm good friends with their CEO, Robert Holler, and would encourage you to take a look at their solutions today as well. I have really 4 goals for today. The first goal is for everybody in this room to really get to know QASymphony. You really get to know us. The slides are great and the product stuff's great, but we are really about our people, and I am so proud of the team. If I could just ask all of the QASymphony employees to stand up, if you're not already, if you could all stand up, okay? So we are, and there's many outside. We are here because of you, and we want to get to know you very well today. When you become a customer, you don't only get our software, you get every one of us. So we're looking forward to that. We also, second goal would be for you all to network and get to know each other. You know, we think that as we look back, 5, 10 years from now, there'll be a bunch of you saying, I was at that first user conference back in 2016 when they only had, 150 people there, and we'll be in some gigantic, room downtown Atlanta or maybe somewhere fancy. And so this is a special event, and I would encourage you all to take advantage today. Sit with people you don't know, right? Go out and meet folks and build some relationships, because you all have many common goals that I think would be some great sharing that can go on. Thirdly, we are going to learn a lot today. We've got a lot of experts. We've got a lot of best practices. We've got an amazing speaker, Scott Birkin, coming up. So that, of course, is important. And the fourth thing is to have fun. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. And with that, I'm going to talk about the history a little bit. Just going to go into the history of QASymphony. It is a very fascinating history. Many of you know our heritage and our roots are out of Vietnam. And as a result, we really pride ourselves in having been involved at the core in testing for over 20 years. So Vu Lam was the initial founder of a company called Paragon Solutions, which became one of the biggest software services companies in Vietnam. And he had a long ride. There's an article about him in the New York Times you should check out. You should Google Vu Lam New York Times. It talks about his amazing journey to the US and how he started Paragon. He hooked up with Josh, I believe, in 2000. They had some good success. They had a little bumpiness during the dot-com, as many of us did. Eventually sold the company to FCG, which was then sold to CSC. So when they left CSC, they took a little bit of time off, and in 2009 started KMS. And KMS is now thriving. KMS, as I said, is again a terrific outsourcing organization focusing on customer development and offshore testing. And one of the things Vu and Josh wanted to do there was not only create a great consulting firm, but also experiment and delve into new businesses as part of this consulting parent company. And the two of them had seen through a lot of experiences many of their customers very frustrated with the legacy testing options that were available. And they said, you know what, the time is right to jump in and develop the next generation of agile testing for the enterprise. And so in 2011, they literally took our 25 best developers in Saigon, put them in another building a mile away called the QASymphony, and I'm kind of compressing a lot of excitement, right, Josh? But over a 2.5, 3 year period, worked extremely hard to build out an enterprise-ready solution.